So this is my Lennon and McCartney song, and I love it. I played for Burton Cummings. He says, "Gag me with a drumstick, we'll never do this song." Why not? He said, "Your verses are great. You get up in the morning, the alarm clock, getting to work, that's great, but you gotta change that middle part. It's too much like paperback writer. We'll get sued by the Beatles." And I go, wow, I get to meet them. So I don't want to meet them that way. So that song never made it on BTO, on the Guess Who 1, Guess Who 2, or the American Woman album, or the follow-up album. It got passed on, because I was stuck on that white collar worker part that was just like paperback writer. I started another band, Break Belt. It's early BTO. They pass on it. They pass on it for Break Belt 2. They pass on it for Break Belt 3, which becomes BTO 1. We changed our name and labels. We're now back and turned over to it. I pitched the song. Nobody likes the song. I'm driving to work in Vancouver. We're playing 5 50-minute sets a night, 6 nights a week. It's amazing. Wow. Saturday night comes, and it's over Vancouver, over the big bridge over the strait there. Driving there one night, Daryl B's on the radio, the same guy that got us the $400 jobs. He's on the radio. This is Daryl B on C5 Radio. We're taking care of business. And I go, oh, what a great song title. What a great song title. I gotta write it down. Gotta write it down. So I look around for my songwriting kit that I keep in my car. You probably have one too. It's a McDonald's napkin and a smashed crayon. Every car has that. I'm writing down taking care of business. If you don't write it down, you'll forget it. It's like such a simple phrase that people say. So I write it down. I get to the gig that night. And Fred Turner has been singing 6 nights in a row, 5 50-minute sets a night. And he comes up to me and he says, "I can't sing anymore. You gotta sing the last set." And I have to sing the last set. So I never really sang that much till that particular point. Because in the Guess Who, I sang the high part in like no time. And in Undone, I went, "Ch-ah." That's all I did. But it was a great voice like Burton Cummings. Why do I need to sing anything? And then I had Turner in BTO, who had the Harley Davidson, John Fogerty voice. And I didn't need to sing a lot either. Now I've got to sing this whole set. I'm not really a singer, I can't really sing. I think back to my favorite guy who can't sing, Mr. Bob Dylan. He had a song called "She Belongs to Me," and I didn't like his version, it was really slow, and there was a faster version put out by Rick Nelson. And the club owners going, "Get them up dancing," because clubs exist to sell booze. The last round, they give you popcorn, pretzels, they turn up the heat, you're dancing, you're schwitzing, you buy drinks, right? The guy's going like this, he's going like this, he wants them up dancing. I start the set. She's got everything she needs. She's an artist. She too good, yeah. They laughed, just like you. That song ended after half of a verse. I wasn't sure what to do next. And the owner's going like this: "Get them up dancing, get them up dancing." And at the time, Carlos Santana had a song on the radio called "Oye Como Va." And I thought, well, I think I can play that. I don't know any Spanish, but my mother's Ukrainian, remember the house parties. I'll do the Ukrainian version of Oye Como Va and get everybody up dancing. Okay, then we'll see how that goes. Everybody's up dancing. The club owner's going like this, which means okay. He's going like this, which is TV talk, where keep it rolling. And he's going like this, keep them up dancing, don't let them sit down. And I'm thinking, what am I going to do next? They're finally up dancing. The other side of my brain lights up and goes, this is your big chance for white collar worker. The band has said no for 3 years. Guess who said no for 3 years? It's time to get Daryl B's idea and put them, and that got next to a little shelf on next to my heart, a few of my favorite things. So the lyrics were right there to White Collar Worker, and then that little thing I wrote down, Taking Care of Business, was there. So I turned, and when I first played you the White Collar Worker, there was like a whole lot of chords in that, pretty terrible for rock and roll. I think back to Louie Louie, 3 chords. So I say to the band, right this right after Oye Como Va. Hey, 3 chords, follow me. Start playing. I say, they get up in the morning from the alarm clocks, 8:15 to the city. But I didn't do that. Went right into taking care of business. Everything taking care. And it fit. Magically it fit. And the crowd felt it and I felt it. Like when I wrote that American Woman riff on stage, something happens. When you go to a jazz concert and these guys are jamming out, they don't know what they're playing, they don't know where their music's coming from, but somehow they intertwine and the music gets sent to them by some incredible force. This was happening on stage there with Taking Care of Business. We played it for half an hour. We finished the night with that song. Because the audience felt the electricity. Every time we would stop, they would clap and keep singing Taking Care of Business, which you're going to do in a minute. And my brother would keep the kick drum going. And so that became a real good party song. So we went to record it a couple of weeks later in Seattle at K. Smith Studios, which was owned by Lester Smith, who owned 6 radio stations, and the actor Danny Kaye. And the word was out that if you recorded in Lester Smith's studio, your records just might get played on his 6 radio stations in Bellingham and Seattle and Tacoma and Portland and things like that. So I was in Studio A with BTO, Steve Miller was in Studio B cutting Fly Like an Eagle, and War was in Studio C cutting Why Can't We Be Friends album. So they're recording the album, and I sang Taking Care of Business, because Fred wants me to sing it and not do the bad Bob Dylan song anymore, or the pierogi, or you come about pierogi song anymore. Have our own song to give Pete a relief pitcher for him, a relief singer. So I sing the song once. It's late at night. We've been there since 10 in the morning. It's now 1 o'clock the next morning. We're putting on our coats. There's a knock at the door of the studio. I open the door. There's a big guy standing there, about 6'4", frizzy black beard, big square beard, frizzy hair, army fatigue hat on, army fatigue suit on, and he's holding 3 pizzas. He says, "You guys ordering pizza?" And I said, "Nope, try down the hall, ask for Steve Miller, ask for Jerry at Studio C, you'll get ready to down there." A few minutes later, he comes back, he knocks on the door, and he doesn't have the pizza anymore. I said, "Yeah, you delivered the pizza?" And he goes, "Yeah." I said, "Can we help you?" Because he's standing right there in the doorway. And he says, "Well, I'm really not a pizza delivery guy all the time. At the end of the month when I can't pay my rent, I deliver pizza, and I'm really a piano player. This song sounds like it could really use a piano." I go, yeah. I go out and John and a Little Richard, yeah, I might get them to play. He said, "Well, look, they're in LA, I'm here right now, give me a shot." I go, "What?" He said, "Give me a shot, give me a chance. If you don't like it, you can erase it." "Okay, I can erase it." "Yeah, great." So we throw the mic in the piano, he does 1 take on the piano, he leaves, delivers pizza, we go home. The head of our label flies in, Charlie Fatch, he wants to hear the album. He has great hopes for BTO, and this music that we're doing is kind of like heavy pop music, and they're calling it heavy rock or heavy metal and stuff like that. And when it gets to that song, I say to the engineer, "Do not play the piano track," because when you're recording, it's a 16 track, and the piano's on its own track, you pull it down, you don't hear it. Because we hadn't heard it back. Halfway through the song, the engineer pushes up the piano, and in it comes, and Charlie Fatch, head of the label, jumps up his chair and goes, "Wow, that is amazing, what is that?" "Well, Charlie, it's a piano." "I know, but what's it doing with you?" "Well, a guy came here and played piano." "Well, you know what? That'll get you guys AM radio, because you guys are all the same. You and Frampton and the Doobies and ZZ Top and the Allman Brothers, you're all guitar, bass, and drums. Elton John playing the keyboards is all over AM and FM radio. He's got 3 or 4 songs on every radio station. He owns the real estate on all the radio dials. So you having a piano in will get you some Elton John real estate. Let me hear the whole song." So we backed it up and played in the whole song. He said, "That's amazing. Who's playing the piano?" I say, "A pizza delivery guy." He said, "Seriously, all joking aside, who's playing the piano?" I said, "Seriously? Guy delivered pizza here, he asked to play piano. I let him play piano. I have no idea where he is. He went home, he's gone." He goes, "Wow, that's incredible. That's a rock and roll myth. That's mythology." I said, "It's not a myth, it really happened." He said, "We got to find this guy. He's got to be in the union. We have to get written permission from her, or we'll get sued later on. This is a party song you're going to be playing at parties like for the rest of your life." And so I say, "Well, okay." I go down the hall to Steve Miller and say, "Hey, where'd you get the pizza from last night? We're trying to find this guy." And he said, "We didn't get the pizza." So I go down further down the hall to War, who's recording down there. And I knock on the door and they say, "Come on in." I go in, it's like Cheech and Chong's basement. I go and say, "Where'd you guys get pizza from last night?" And they go, "It is last night, man. It's still last night. It's still the afternoon." I said, "Where'd you get the pizza from?" They said, "We don't remember any pizza, man. Like everything we eat tastes good and all that stuff." So I have to get the yellow pages and I go to the secretary at the front, the receptionist in the studio, and say, "Okay, you start at Antonio's, and I'll start at Mario's halfway through the yellow pages in the restaurant, and call every pizza place within like 3 blocks, and ask if they have a pizza delivery guy that looks like Fidel Castro." So I get lucky on the 3rd call. And they go, yeah, we have a guy. You mean the piano player guy? Yeah, the piano player guy. Can you tell me his name? No, we can't. We can't give employees' names over the phone. Oh. Well, is he working today? Yeah, he starts at 6. Okay, send him down. What kind of pizza do you want? We'll take yesterday's pizza. We want to see the guy. He comes in. His name was Norman Durkee. That's the piano you hear on Taking Care of Business. Norman Durkee went on to be the music director for Bette Midler's first North American tour. And when I toured with Ringo Starr's All-Star Band in '95, the world, we ended up our show at the Greek Theater in LA. And with the Greek Philharmonic Orchestra, the piano player was Norman Durkee. I got to see him again. But let me finish my story. I played violin until I was 14, then I quit. The next day after I quit, a friend of mine, a Jewish friend, the richest kid on the block, had the first black and white 12-inch TV. I got invited over Sunday night, saw Elvis Presley and Ed Sullivan. I said, what is that? They said, it's rock and roll, it's Elvis, it's a guitar. I said, I want to do that. I was sick of this violin thing. I got a guitar, ended up in the guest room. You've heard the whole story of why I'm here tonight. About 10 years ago, I saw a special on HBO. They were talking to Priscilla Presley, who said, yeah, we were all driving to the LA airport with Elvis. They heard a song on the radio called Taking Care of Business by a Canadian band. He said, I want that to be my motto, TCB with a lightning bolt when I mean right away, take care of business right away. So it's on his necklace. If you go to Graceland, his tombstone says Elvis Presley TCB. So that's my Elvis connection. How'd that for people? As you can see, we have arisen, we are standing up. So this is the last turn. You want to get up and dance? I see a couple of dancers. This is your chance.
Wow.